Hello everyone. Welcome to a new English lesson for Common Core students. Today, we're going to review Unit 8, Science and Technology. You will learn vocabulary related to computers, sciences, some important verbs, and scientists. For grammar, we'll cover question tags, reflexive pronouns, and discover the difference between the past simple and past continuous. Finally, we'll practice talking about inventions and inventors. Let's get started. Let's begin with our first section, vocabulary. We will start with computer-related words. Listen carefully and try to repeat after me. Monitor, disk drive, floppy disk, printer, CD-ROM, CD-ROM drive, keyboard, mouse, modem, speaker, memory. Next, let's look at some general technology vocabulary. These are devices we use in our daily lives or in scientific fields. Camera, fax, printer, projector, microscope, telescope, television, computer, cell phone, scanner, remote control, robot, calculator, vacuum cleaner, monitor, speakers, mouse, keyboard. Now, let's talk about fields of science and the people who work in them. For each field, we have a specific name for the professional. First, the general word, science. A person who works in science is a scientist. Physics. The person is a physicist. Chemistry. The person is a chemist. Biology. The person is a biologist. Mathematics. The person is a mathematician. Astronomy. The person is an astronomer. Geology. The person is a geologist. Medicine. The professional is a doctor. Computer science. The professional is a computer scientist. Moving on to important verbs related to science and technology. Let's learn their meanings through examples. To invent. For example, Edison invented the light bulb. To discover. Example, scientists discovered a new planet. To develop. Example, they developed a new app. To design. Example, she designed a robot. To manufacture. Example, the company manufactures phones. To browse. Example, I browse the internet daily. To download. Example, he downloaded a file. To upgrade. Example, we need to upgrade the system. Now it is time for our grammar section. Let's start with question tags. What are question tags? Question tags are short questions at the end of statements. They are used to confirm information or ask for agreement. Here is the main rule you must remember. If the main sentence is positive, the tag is negative. If the main sentence is negative, the tag is positive. Let's look at the rules for different tenses. For present simple, with the verb to be, positive. She is smart, isn't she? Negative. She isn't here, is she? For present simple with the verb to do, positive. You like science, don't you? Negative. He doesn't study, does he? For past simple with the verb to be, positive. It was great, wasn't it? Negative. They weren't late, were they? For past simple with the auxiliary did, positive. He invented it, didn't he? Negative. She didn't come, did she? For modal verbs, positive. She can code, can't she? Negative. He won't help, will he? And for the future tense, with will, positive. They will come, won't they? Negative. It won't rain, will it? Our next grammar point is reflexive pronouns. What is a reflexive pronoun? A reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that refers back to the subject of the sentence. It is used when the subject and the object of the verb are the same person or thing. Remember, reflexive pronouns always end in self for singular or selves for plural. Here is how you change a personal pronoun into a reflexive pronoun. I becomes myself. You, singular, becomes yourself. He becomes himself. She becomes herself. It becomes itself. We becomes ourselves. You, plural, becomes yourselves. They becomes themselves. Now, what are the usages of reflexive pronouns? There are three main uses. First, reflexive pronouns are used when the person doing the action and receiving the action are the same. For example, he hurt himself during the match. Or, be careful with that knife, you might cut yourself. Second, reflexive pronouns are used to emphasize that someone did something alone, without help. For example, I fixed the computer myself. Or, I painted the room myself. Third, when we use by plus a reflexive pronoun, it means alone, without anyone else. For example, she lives by herself. Or, Amina likes to study by herself. The final grammar lesson today is the past continuous tense. Let's start with its forms. For the affirmative form, to form the past continuous tense, we add the past form of the auxiliary verb to be, which is was or were, after the subject. Then we add ing to the main verb. Examples: I was working. He was working. They were working. For the negative form, we simply add not after was or were, then add ing to the main verb. Examples: I was not or wasn't working. He wasn't working. They were not or weren't working. For the question form, we put the helping verb was or were first. After that, we put the subject and then the main verb plus ing. Examples: was I working? Was he working? Were they working? Now let's talk about past continuous time indicators. These help us know when to use the tense. First indicator, while, plus past continuous for a long action and simple past for a short action that happened. Example: while I was walking, my dad called me. Second indicator, when, plus simple past for a short action that interrupted a past continuous long action. Example: I was cooking when the phone rang. Third indicator: while, plus past continuous and past continuous. We use this for two simultaneous long actions in the past. Example: while I was studying, my sister was listening to Quran. Let's review the spelling rules for adding ing. Rule 1. For most verbs, just add ing. Examples: walk becomes walking, eat becomes eating, sleep becomes sleeping. Rule 2. If the verb ends in e, drop the e, then add ing. Examples: dance becomes dancing, make becomes making, ride becomes riding. Rule 3. For a one-syllable verb ending in consonant-vowel-consonant, or CVC, double the last letter and add ing. Examples: sit becomes sitting, rob becomes robbing, put becomes putting. Rule 4. If the verb ends in ie, change ie to y, then add ing. Examples: lie becomes lying, die becomes dying, tie becomes tying. Rule 5. If the verb ends in y, just add ing. Keep the I. Examples: play becomes playing, study becomes studying, carry becomes carrying. Let's move on now to the past continuous usages. We use the past continuous to talk about an action that was happening at a specific time in the past. The action started before and continued after the specific time. Example: at 8:30 a.m. yesterday, I was studying English. 2. We use it to talk about two actions that were happening at the same time in the past. Example: while she was reading, he was watching TV. 3. We use it to talk about a longer action, interrupted by a shorter one. We use the past simple for the short action and the past continuous for the long action. Example: I was cooking when my dad arrived. Finally, we reach the communication section of our lesson. Today, we will learn how to ask and answer questions about an invention. Here are 5 ways to ask about an invention. 1. Who invented the, and you name the invention. 2. When was the invented? 3. What is used for? 4. How does work? 5. What was the most important invention of the 20th century? Now, let's practice answering these questions using the telephone and the computer as examples. 1. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. 2. It was invented in 1876. 3. It is used for communicating with people who are far away. 4. It converts sound into electrical signals that travel through wires. 5. In my opinion, the computer was the most important invention of the 20th century.